Governor.
I'm a candidate for the Libertarian nomination for governor. I think that we need to have greater opportunity in Texas. I think we need to have a refocusing of our law enforcement against crimes of violence, theft, and fraud. I think we need to start moving toward greater school choice. I think we need to have more respect for due process and civil liberties.
And do you believe that Rick Perry isn't doing that well right now?
I believe that things can be better. I don't want to get into any personal attacks on any of the other candidates. We do not have a candidate for governor who's likely to win the Beltway Party nominations, who's going to move significantly toward having a smaller and more economical state government. Under the economy, I believe in more aggressive use of the Texas Sunset Act. I think agencies should be reviewed at least every 6 years, maybe every 4 instead of the current 12. I think the legislature should be more aggressive about reducing state agencies and in some cases eliminating them. I believe that we need to move away from property taxes. I believe that law enforcement, first of all, needs to be decentralized because people in Potter and Randall counties know better than Austin does about the local law enforcement situation. I believe we need to have law enforcement focused exclusively on crimes of violence, theft, and fraud rather than lifestyle crimes. And I believe that members of juries should be fully informed as to the rights of jurors. I would also like to see a complete end of the Trans-Texas corridor. I know that it's been pronounced dead twice, but unfortunately, massive government projects are a little bit like Dracula. They keep coming back. There are several things. One, as I said earlier, I believe that we need to move toward greater school choice. As long as the government schools have a virtual monopoly, they're not going to be as good as they would be if they had more competition. I think that there needs to be a way to make it easier for people at the bottom of the economic ladder to choose schools other than the government schools. That's one thing. I believe that we need to eliminate the regulations and statutes that tend to favor big businesses over smaller businesses, because as we have more smaller businesses getting more share of the market, prices will come down. And because small businesses tend to hire more people per dollar than large businesses, which tend to rely more on machinery, we're going to have more demand for labor, and that's going to bring wages up. That's some of the things that I'm going to offer to people across the state, not just in Potter and Randall counties. There are 3 other announced candidates. Well, studies have shown that Libertarians draw votes from both of the Beltway parties. We tend to draw votes from Democrats as well as Republicans. My personal opinion is this, and speaking strictly as an individual, I believe that there are some crimes which warrant execution, but I am not willing to risk the execution of a single innocent person. I would favor doing away with capital punishment as a practical matter because there is a chance that an innocent person can be executed. I'm not willing to be part of that. My own personal view is that I am pro-choice. I do believe that we need to make adoption and foster care easier to reduce the number of abortions. Hopefully we can move to the day when there are no abortions because there are alternatives available. One of the things I've noticed is that candidates from the Beltway parties never discuss that. They're so busy touching the hot button for their bases that they never discuss that alternative. I think one of the values I would bring to the campaign as a libertarian is bringing that to the forefront and letting people know that there is a way to reduce the number of abortions without violating a woman's right to choose. My own view is that marriage should not be a matter for the state at all. If the state is going to recognize a contractual relationship called marriage, that it has to be equal for all individuals, whether it's same-sex couples or mixed-sex couples. But personally, I would rather see the government get out of that entirely and leave marriage as a matter for the private and the religious sectors.